Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome to Resort Originals, and we are going to give a review on how Pokemon did with their introductory trailer for Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. Let's get into it. So, right off the bat from the title, you guys can read everything that they did wrong, and I'm going to elaborate why this isn't anything that blew me away. The biggest thing I can say starting right off the bat is this is what we could have expected. Like literally, if I would have picked out a trailer that Pokemon would have done to introduce a region, this literally would have been it. So I'm going to take you guys through all the different parts that they could have maybe done better and show you definitely what they could have definitely not have done. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so first thing we see is right off the bat is using, oopsie, where'd it go, is showing Route 1, where we're going to see the introductory basic town that we're going to be going into. Since this is Route 1, I'm going to assume we're going to be starting one route, or one town behind us, so this is probably going to be the first city that we go to. So here they start off the bat, they're going to show exactly what this region is going to be looking like, so we're able to see all the mountain plains and everything. If I were to guess right now, I would say maybe this is based off of England or something like that. I mean, it's very plain centric with mountains. I'll look into that later. Right now, I'm not here to go ahead and do that. But just seeing what the overall region is, you see what this new, I'm assuming a gym is. It looks like a full-on stadium gym. So it looks like they'll be taking some kind of a new take on whatever the new gyms are going to be. So we'll stay tuned on there. So I like how big it is. So I think it'll be interesting to see what we'll be specifically getting out of that. Otherwise, everything else, it's just a lot of plains and farms. It basically looks like where I live right now. I live in Wisconsin, so if I go up north at all, I'm in Milwaukee, so it's a little bit more city-like, but once you go up north, this is pretty much what you're seeing. So this is what I expected, seeing this right away. Next we have, actually I'm going to mute this because I don't want to get copyright. Next we have, obviously, where we live, trainer. Alright, right away looking at the trainer, he looks exactly like all the sprites we have ever seen before, or the character models, I think that's the best way to say it. Looks exactly like the same character models we've seen before, you just dressed them up to look a little bit different. So I was kind of hoping we get maybe a different art style to the game, but no, we're staying to the exact same art style that we're already used to, so nothing really shocking here. Here we get to go down the steps, get to see a little bit more of the region, get to see the graphics. I think the graphics are improved, but I don't think, I mean, I definitely wasn't blown away. This is probably what I expected as far as graphics go. I was hoping for better, but if I were to pick the graphics, this is literally what I would say. So I'm a little disappointed on that. Overall, they do a really good job here. It's just kind of showing how big this region is. Like this city, it shows, I think this looks like the biggest city that I think we've ever seen within the Pokemon games. So this is something that I can at least accept at this point. So here just showing what it's more of like. I think a good example that you guys can think of what this reminds me of a little bit here is Pokemon Heroes, and I think that was based off of Italy. So seeing something around this, I think the idea is cool. Now I'm not going to be here to complain in what their direction was as far as how their region wanted to go, because I mean that's something that's their own discretion. I'm not going to say no, you should have done off Australia. That doesn't matter to me. So here just showing more of the graphics here, what the region is like, and we pretty much get a very good idea of what the region is like based off the first opening scene. So seeing this is kind of at a point where we're getting repeat information. And then here it looks like they're showing what we dealt with last time, I believe, where we were able to do the slow walk to possibly go around the Pokemon. But here we are not getting the overworld sprites, which is something that's disappointing because I thought that was a great feature to be introduced into the game. So I am disappointed that we aren't going to be getting this. And here's going to be strike one. If there's going to be a strike, this is going to be strike one. And they started off with the exact same Pikachu 3D model they've been using since 2013. Since 2013. Like, you're not going to update this at all for a brand new engine. You're going to continue to use the same stuff. Now, I understand there's probably going to be right around, probably a little bit less than 900 Pokemon. I'm going to assume they won't bring too many new Pokemon into the region, and I'll let you guys know that why in a second. So if we stop it here, they start out with 2 Pokemon that have already been revealed before. So they're right off the bat, they are saying that the other Pokemon that will not be introduced to this game are going to be in here. And you know what that's saying? That's saying that they're going to fill up the region probably with every other Pokemon that we already know of, which means we're not going to be getting a lot of new Pokemon. Past 2 games, we've gotten around 60 new Pokemon. That's not including the Mega Evolutions. That's not including the Alolan forms. That's not including the Legendaries. It's been right around that amount. You guys can fact check me on that if you want to give me a specific number. I don't care. But starting off right here, I think was a mistake. You wanted to show what these new Pokemon were going to look like, and you start out with Pikachu, which is the most obvious decision ever, and it's just disappointing at this point. It looks like they updated a little bit of shading and texture on it, but it's still the same model. The battle scenes are exactly the same. You have 1 Pokemon here, 1 Pokemon over there. I thought you might get a chance where it seems more natural there, where they might be able to move around a little bit side to side, where it doesn't feel like that you have to stand here, you have to stand over here. Now let's go ahead and pick our moves. I was hoping it would have been more realistic than that, but we're literally same exact thing we've had throughout all of Pokemon. They said they're trying new things. I haven't gotten to this point yet, but they said they're trying new things, and this is not trying something new. Alright, here we have another, I believe that was Wishy-Washy, so it's more Pokemon that we already know, and it literally just showed what the mechanic was in Sun and Moon, so they kept it for when you catch the Pokemon. It shows the little Pokeball icon on there that you caught it, so that has been, that's literally reused. And then here, I mean, just seeing the trainer reaction with the exclamation point, so it looks like they're back to using the standalone models that just move, turn, walk this way, walk that way. They don't have any natural movements, and just it's getting frustrating. As you guys can tell, I'm getting kind of more and more frustrated the more I'm looking into this. Now, I mean, as far as what the background goes for the battle scenes, I'm perfectly okay with this. I think it looks fine, but it's just more of make it more, just change it up. Change it up. This is the same battling scene we've gotten literally since Pokemon came out. One on one side, one on the other. All they did was just hype up the graphics. That's it. You didn't change it at all. Here, looks like it still has the same sprites or same animations, where they're all going to have the regular animations that come out of the Pokemon. So every Pokemon is going to use the same Hydro Pump. Every Pokemon is going to use the same Flamethrower. I was kind of hoping that they were going to be able to at least do a couple changes as far as maybe with more popular Pokemon, where, like, let's say, like with the stars, like Pikachu, you can actually see it use Iron Tail, and it actually goes and makes contact with the other Pokemon, but that's something that we're not seeing. It's just using a regular move. And here we have Lucario using probably close combat. This is what looks like to be the gym that we already saw. Now, is this going to be the new style, where it could be, since it looks like it's more, this is going to be more European, so seeing this could be kind of like a football arena, or a like football arena, not American football like soccer. So it makes sense how they have a big stadium that's watching a very, very big event. So maybe battles or gym battles are less common, but when they happen, people really get hyped for it. So you're able to see what specifically we're going to be getting out of these gym battles. But this has to be a gym battle. I don't think this is a Wi-Fi battle. Now here just shows Munchlax's Overworld. Here, this basically looks like Lumio City right here. That's what I have there. Here, this is kind of neat, but you know what this reminds me of? Of the Gen 6 tunnel. I think it was, shoot, I forgot what it was called. But it looks just like this. So this is kind of the same. Here, you can probably predict that this is going to be a new Pokemon. And just because it's so, the design's almost too different, so you have to assume that this is going to be used in some way. Can I specifically pick out right now what this Pokemon is? I have no freaking clue. It looks like it might be able to control the storms, where it looks like it's electric and maybe flying type. I mean, it's got some weird little, looks like skeletons that's following it around, but I see electricity here. I see something that seems to be around wind, and then here it looks like a tall pillar or something like that, but that's just what I'm kind of seeing right now. That's my first look at it. Here, back to what we already saw. Here, looks like that might have been, oh, let's see if we can just go back a fraction of a bit. This might be the Pokemon Center right here, or not the Pokemon Center. This might be Oh my god, I can't even think of the word, but you guys know what I'm talking about. This is probably going to be where we're going to pick up our starter Pokemon, or the laboratory. I don't know why I couldn't think of that word, but this looks like the laboratory that we will be starting out in. Honestly, the laboratory looks pretty cool. I think it looks pretty refined, and I think this is something that could definitely work for a new model or a more immersive version of going into a laboratory to see what Pokemon you might be able to get. Because most of the time they're very small, compact. You can kind of see the ends once you walk into the building. So seeing that we're able to walk around and explore a good amount makes me excited that hopefully that's what it will be like every single time we go into a building. But we will see. And here, I believe this is back to where we started, where we start our region in whatever town you want to call it. This over here, I can't tell if this is a Pokemon or not. Go back to full screen, please. And then here, this looks like, I mean, this is literally, this is soccer right here. So you can tell that maybe you get into uniform and then you compete with your team. And that's kind of what I'm seeing. And is that it? All right, okay, so now we have this. I might take out or use screenshots just because I don't want to get copyright. So you guys will just see what I do in post-production, but if I do not have this on, just open up another window and you guys can watch it with me and see. Yeah, you guys will get my opinion on that. Now here, this is kind of what I was hoping. Like if I were to give expectations on what I would think the region's graphics would be, this would be it right here. So unfortunately we're not getting that. Just the Switch's power. I thought the Switch's power would be there. The PS4's power been. I think PS3 might be able to handle these graphics. So still a little bit disappointed from Nintendo on this end. And here we have our first starter, and it looks like a bunny, and more like a jackrabbit kind of thing. And initial reaction, not really a fan. Seeing the bandage on his nose, they're probably going to troll us where we're going to think that it is a fire and fighting again. But I don't know if they could actually end up doing that. Now, first reaction to this image is it looks almost too fan-made, where if I saw this come out in Gen 1, I would not have believed it. Would not have believed it to be a Pokemon. And I think one thing I'm getting annoyed with Pokemon is their circle eyes. They have been heavily using the circle eyes, and I have been a much more bigger fan on the triangle eyes, just because it makes them look a little bit more fierce, a little bit more cool. And this design just doesn't really do it for me right now. Maybe it will grow on me, but as of right now, I'm not really feeling it. So next design, we have probably might be one of my starters, but here we have a lizard that can resemble, oh my god, I'm thinking of it in my head, so I'm just going to put a picture of it onto the screen, because that's what I'm thinking of as far as what kind of a Pokemon this is and what it resembles. So this thing, back to the circle eyes, just I'm so tired of the circle eyes. I can't do it anymore, guys. Give me something else. Please go back to triangles, or at least give it some kind of, just give me something different, please. That's all I'm asking for. I know it's an oval, but it's still a circle. And this thing looks like it's scared all the time, which is, I don't know, it's kind of a gimmick. They just did that with Froakie. And did they do that at all with, they didn't do it with Gen 7, but I don't know, just getting scared easily. I don't know. It's not feeling that one. Now this one is probably going to be my starter if I were to pick what kind of a Pokemon this is right off the bat. Once again with the circle eyes. Don't know why they're continuing that trend, but there it is again. And I think that this is going to be like, if anyone's watched the TV show Zaboomafoo back then, that's basically what I think it is. It's going to be some kind of a lemur, and I think they might have used the idea of Passimian, and I'm a big fan of Passimian. I think that's pretty underrated Pokemon as far as design-wise. I think it looks great, so I am excited to see what this is going to turn into. So as of right now, this looks like it is going to become my starter. And I think this might be it right here. And it And here's the introduction. There it is. Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. There it is. And looking at the design for this, not really feeling it. Not really feeling it. Just for the fact that it looks pretty fan-made. It does. It looks very, very fan-made, and it's a little disappointing to see that, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, honestly, if a PokeTuber or if a PokeTuber hired a graphic designer that works through Twitter that does all the commission stuff, I could totally see them making something around this logo. If they're gonna make like a fan game or something like that, this would be my first impression of it. So, yeah. Oh, it's just. This one hurts a little bit. So overall, they didn't do anything new. Now, within this interview, one thing that did at least spark my interest was that they said they're going to be taking some chances. They're going to be trying new things. But as far as the very first trailer, they did not prove to me that they're trying new things out or trying new things enough. Now, it seems like we're not going to be getting the open world game because... Actually, I don't have enough information right now to say if we are doing the open world game or not, but it just, everything just seems so conventional, and it's just disappointing, and I am disappointed at this aspect, and I'll make another video on what specifically I'm thinking of the region, and I think Pokemon just might be getting a little bit worn dry on me. And I will leave it at that. So, my final opinions on the first introductory trailer to the game. Doesn't seem like we're going to be getting a lot of new Pokemon. The starters are conventional, and I'm getting tired of the circle eyes. The NPCs look like all the NPCs before. It doesn't seem like they're giving a realistic vibe to them, and they look like when you talk to them, they're going to give one motion. They're not going to be doing any animations when you interact with them. It's going to be one thing that is coded in, and that's going to be it. So that's my other gripe. The region looks decent. We were able to see what we can expect going forward. The battles look exactly the same as they all have before. I was hoping for a change in a more realistic sense. The wild Pokemon Overworld models are now gone. They have copied the sun and moon catching mechanic. They have the animation. The animation style is everything we've seen before, so we did not get anything new there. It's just... Pokemon, what are you doing? Take a year off. Delay this game for a year, refine it, and make it better. This is just, as of right now, I have not seen anything new that they were taking chances on to inquire me to be really excited for this game. I originally was going to go blind into this game, but as of right now, I need to see more whether or not I want to buy this game. So we'll take that for what it is, but as of right now, Pokemon, you have failed in this trailer, and for all of you guys who may be complaining about me complaining about it, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think that they did right. You guys can go do that, but right now, I'm just going to kind of bottle everything up, and I'll probably make another video a lot more edited down, but right now, here are my raw opinions and feelings about what they did for this game. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.